There was once a boy named Chijioke who had been adopted by a family in Lagos. But instead of love and care, Chijioke only knew hardship. Every morning, while his adopted siblings dressed for school or parties, Chijioke was left behind, scrubbing floors and washing dishes. They called him names, smelly and lazy, and often beat him for no reason. The TV was forbidden to him, and the house became a place of silent suffering. One day, an old man named Baba came to work in the house. Baba noticed the boy's quiet struggle. While everyone else ignored Chijioke, Baba offered him something small but powerful, his old newspapers. Baba taught him how to read, sitting with him in the evenings, flipping through the worn pages. As Chijioke read, a new world opened to him, far beyond the walls of the house. But the harshness became too much, and one night, Chijioke had had enough. He packed a small bag and ran away to a city far from Lagos. For a while, he slept on the streets, surviving off the kindness of strangers. In the market, he helped business people carry their goods for a few naira, just enough to eat. One day, a woman who ran a shop took a liking to Chijioke. She saw his hard work and often gave him food. "My son is a doctor," she said one afternoon. "You should meet him." Chijioke was hesitant, but agreed. The doctor, named Dr. Ahmed, listened to Chijioke's story with concern. "You've been through a lot," he said, his voice kind. "Why don't you come live with me? We'll get you into school." From that day forward, Chijioke's life changed. Dr. Ahmed became like a father to him, and Chijioke excelled in school. His sharp mind and dedication earned him a scholarship to study in America. 10 years later, he returned to Nigeria, a successful man ready to give back. Dr. Ahmed, proud of Chijioke's achievements, threw him a welcome home party. His friends, colleagues, and workers were invited. The room was full of laughter and celebration. One day, a nurse rushed into Chijioke's office at the clinic he had opened. "Doctor, we have a patient in critical condition, but they can't pay for treatment." Chijioke walked to the room, prepared to help as he always did. But when he entered, he froze. On the hospital bed lay his old adopted parents, their faces worn and frail. The siblings who once mocked him stood at their side, but none could meet his eyes. His adopted mother whispered, "Chijioke, we had no idea." Chijioke stood tall, looking at them for a moment before he spoke, his voice calm. "There's no need to explain," he said softly. "Everything you did to me, though it hurt, it shaped me into the man I am today." He turned to the nurse. "Make sure they get the care they need. I'll cover the bills." As the family stared in stunned silence, Chijioke walked out, leaving them to their thoughts. He did not need revenge. His success was enough. Life, after all, has a way of turning things around, doesn't it? Life may hand you the harshest trials, but remember, every challenge is an opportunity to rise above. What others do to break you can instead become the fire that shapes your strength. You are not defined by your pain, but by how you rise from it. So, let your story be one of grace, resilience, and triumph. Forgiveness is not for the weak. It's for those strong enough to realize that their greatness lies not in revenge, but in the power to heal, move forward, and build something beautiful from the ashes of yesterday.